Well, now let's speak to Anis Kassim, a Palestinian legal advisor who joins me now live from Amman. Good to speak to you, sir. So what is the reaction so far been from Palestine on this deal?
On the official level, there is a denunciation of that move, and they consider this as a stab in the back and a disgrace to Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque. And I think this having been said, the authority, the Palestinian Authority, should be aware of the fact that they killed the immunity of the world in resisting Israel by signing Oslo Agreement. Those agreements, they killed any resistance to the Israeli penetration in other countries. This does not undermine the resistance, the popular resistance in Gaza and the West Bank to that move against the UAE, which is a move that has started a long time back. And it has been crowned just yesterday by the three leaders of the United States, United Arab Emirates, and Israel.
So would you describe this deal as something of a betrayal to the Arab world?
Yes, it is a betrayal of the Arab world, and it is a betrayal of the Palestinian issue, which is the central case of the Arab nation against the Zionist settlers.
And what's your reaction been to Turkey's support?
I think this is highly appreciated. No doubt, Turkey is a very important country. It's a Muslim country, and it plays a good role at the international plane. And their support to the Palestinians is most welcome and very crucial, actually, to the Palestinian cause.
And it seems that the deal has been signed by Israel and the UAE due to shared worries over Iran. What are the implications for Iran of this deal?
I think this is a very jaded argument that they have been propelling on the media to justify their betrayal of the Arab nation and the Palestinian problem. Because what do they do for Iran? Iran has been there for the last, at least, since the revolution 40 years ago. What have they done in the 40 years ago? They did not recruit, they did not build an army, they did not build a base, a popular base against Iran if they are really concerned about Iran. Iran is not something that happened to be there in the last year or two. They did nothing about that. And actually, they have very strong relationship with Iran. It is probably the only country in the Gulf that has very strong relationship with Iran. So what is this talk about, the threat of Iran? It's a fiction.
But one of the key points of the deal was that annexation has been delayed. That must have been welcomed by Palestinians.
It has been, assuming that that statement is correct, Netanyahu said it will be suspended but not cancelled. That is number one. Number two, the annexation in effect has been there for the last 52 years. Let's not forget that this area, which is the Jordan Valley area, this has been an important part of Aloni Plan. Aloni Plan was developed in July 1967 alone said this area is a security area for Israel and we will never give it up. The Israelis already have 31 settlements in that area. They confiscated the most important aquifer of water. They conducted ethnic cleansing in that area. The Palestinian population were reduced from 250,000 to 50,000 now. So it's already annexed. What the Israelis are talking about is that they want to declare a de jure annexation in order to implement Israeli laws. That is the only difference.
Okay, Anis Kassim, many thanks indeed for joining us on the programme.